Mark I Skoda Fabia rear door inner panel removal. Not many of you will need to do this. I had to because I had a broken rear window. So when I looked down here, I saw a huge pile of broken glass right down there in the bottom of the door. I needed to get this panel off because I don't want to drive around with all that glass in the door. Now the front doors I've already had off because of the common problems with the electric windows. I assumed that it would be much the same process, and it is, but it's a wee bit tricky all the same. But I didn't find any instructions of how to remove the entire panel, just how to loosen the bottom edge to fix the classic door leak from the factory seal, which doesn't work. You can see a little bit of the previous owner's silicone there because he'd done this repair, and he told me about that. It was very kind of him. It did work. I'm now going to have to redo it, of course. And this is what's left of the original seal. It's a kind of foam rubber, and it absorbs water very well indeed. That's the problem. That sits around this entire outer lip on the inside and squeezes against the door. I'm sure when it was new it did the job, but my lower strip was entombed in silicone, and what was left of it was, well, it was just powder basically. It was serving absolutely no purpose in terms of sealing water. So if you really want a good seal, you need to get the panel away from the door, remove this, and get silicone right in there in between. You want a bead underneath this lip here, which would be very easy to fill with silicone as long as you clean it properly beforehand. So if you want to remove this, there's 8 rivets to get out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once they're out, the panel is free, but there's a few things making the job tricky. There's a plastic retainer up here which I broke just a little bit at the edge. You're probably going to break it getting it out because I don't know if unless you completely remove the thing. There's the broken plastic bit, and if we look in here, there's the other end. That edge, that's where it broke off, and that's where it goes in. So it comes over just beside that, which will be there. That's how it should look, that plastic thing on the right there, and the door handle cable tucked nice and neatly above it, no problem at all, not in the way of the glass, goes right into the mechanism there, and I didn't even have to do anything to position it, it just positioned itself as if by magic. It's nice when things just work. So that's where it's supposed to be, not behind that, just free, let it be free there. These holes are for the wire to the central locking, which is fed all along here. Those you can release from here, from this side, with a pair of pliers just to squeeze them and poke them out. That's what I did. This one, there are these clips here, the same ones that you just squeeze like that. These ones are fitted the other way around, so you can only release these, unless you want to rip them out, from the inside when you get the panel off, and they're attached like that, there and there. And then there's that rubber grommet to pop off, because this is your first thing to remove this, remove that connector from the door card, of course. And then this black one, I just used a flat blade screwdriver to coax that out a little bit carefully. And I've damaged it a wee bit, but it's reusable. I've tested it. So pop that out. You can feed the cable through these a little bit to give you a bit more space. Get that grommet out and just pop it inside the door panel along with the rest of the cable. Should really have a tripod for this, but you know, proper preparation prevents poor performance. I've already released that, of course, because I've got the retaining pins out from the broken window, which I will, of course, need when the new one goes in. And then the panel will just lift out. The bottom edge of the window mechanism sticks down just a little bit. Just check under here, because the second cable that runs along here can be on the, I think it is on the inside of the window bracket, this black arm that runs up and down here. I had to grab the cable in there and pop it around the back of that, so that otherwise it would just hang on this and not let the panel drop. Now the panel's more or less free. The only thing holding it now is this. You pull it out and it should go down and to the left. Now Now it won't support itself on the ground. I've grabbed a rope there. You feed that in, like so, as you're pulling it out. And now you'll see this black plastic clip coming out, which I've already broken. There, up at that top edge. That's how we get the panel off. It's more or less the same in reverse. Right. Robert's your father's brother, or Bob's your uncle, whichever way you want to say it.